We've got three main groups, I would say. It's gender, age, and economical groups.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would say we start with gender.
Yeah, it's the main one, definitely. Okay, to start with gender, we followed a stereotypical rule for thrillers, as we had a superior male character and an inferior female character. Well, a male female. And the male character is powerful, dangerous hitman, and the female character is the vulnerable, normal, rich woman and the stereotypical victim. Thanks
Normal rich. Gender is represented through the set in the first two shots, where we see Floyd and you, and he's outside and you're inside. And this is stereotypical role allocation for male and female, because the man is working outside and the woman stays home.
In our movie also gender is represented through the mise-en-scène. That's also really important because we used costumes and props as, for example, the woman was wearing in the morning, was it a pink one? Yeah, a pink dressing gown, a really short one, and a short black skirt as well.
Yeah.
Which was also typical for a woman.
Yeah, definitely.
The male character was wearing a suit, which is also stereotypical for a male character and for his job. Also, I was wearing a briefcase.
Yeah. Another point for mise-en-scène definitely is the close-up onto the stereotypical woman's long fingernails. They're long and well looked after, and that's like a stereotypical sign for a nice, pretty woman.
A point to the content is that you see the hitman and the untypical female character interacting together in the same shot, what makes them seem equal. It also gives the untypical female another note to her powerful appearance.
Gender is represented also through distance. There were used many close-ups onto the female legs and private areas, which also gives a sexual tone to it. There are also close-ups onto the male, which makes him look dangerous and powerful. The male character is the male character is also shown in a low angle, which presents him as powerful and superior.
Gender is represented through editing, as there are shots of the stereotypical female character, well, the victim, and after that there is a shot of the contrary female character, who definitely is not stereotypical at all, as she's represented as dangerous and powerful.
She is also represented through the mise-en-scène, as she, the untypical woman, is dressed in black and wearing dark makeup, which stands in contrast to the other female character. The other female wears either no makeup, as she just got up, or nice glamorous makeup, which makes her look nice, important and innocent at the same time.
A similar editing process is shown when the hitman is shown first and the female character afterwards. We show three different stereotypes and anti-stereotypes right after each other.
Gender is also represented through habits, as the stereotypical female characters in the kitchen making a cup of tea, which is typical for a woman, referring to a role allocation. Her habits and the habits of the other female character, the anti-stereotype, stand in strong contrast to each other. Both women show like neutral faces, like neutral expressions on their faces, as they follow their normal daily routine. For one woman it's normal to, get up, get in the kitchen, have a cup of tea, get ready, go out, do her job. And for the other one, it's normal to deal with dangerous criminals, with murder and crime, and handing over contracts, including murder, to a hitman.
Another point to the appearance of the male characters is the fighting scene, as two stereotypical male characters are fighting against each other. But also the two male stereotypes are different stereotypes, as one of them is a typical superior male antagonist, and the other one, the stereotype of a selfish businessman who still counts as a victim as he gets killed.
This could suggest him, although he's a male stereotype, to be on the same level with the typical female stereotype and the victim. During the fighting, one of the male kicks the other one in his sensitive zone, which is only painful for a male.
Another point to editing and mise-en-scène is the fact that you see a shot of a stereotypical woman carrying a handbag, which is typical for a woman, of course, followed by a shot of a male carrying a briefcase, which stands in contrast to each other, as he is a male and he is stereotypical for his job, carrying a briefcase, and I'm carrying a handbag, stereotypical for a woman.
The second social group which is represented in our thriller film is age. You can see age in our opening in two different ways, as our actors are teenagers. Therefore, you can refer to their teenage age group, but they all played adult roles in the film, so you have to refer to their adult age group as well.
In the first shot, the mise-en-scène is untypical for the teenage age, as the male wears a suit, which is untypical for his age group, but typical for the role he plays. The same counts for the briefcase he's wearing, as a normal teenage boy would normally carry a backpack.
It's also very untypical for a teenage girl to be rich and to live alone in a massive house all by herself, but as she plays the role of a successful young single woman, it's appropriate for the scene. And the costume she wears is stereotypical for the teenage age group as well as the age group she's meant to represent, because, well, she's still a young woman, she's still meant to be a young woman, and they're pretty much wearing the same.
The jobs, the fact that they are working and with what they are working, crime, is untypical for the real age group of all the actors, but typical for the role and the age group, young successful adults, they're meant to represent.
When the hitman is killing one of his victims in a side street, this victim is smart dressed and also his hairstyle leads to the fact that he might be wealthy and an important businessman, as a hitman wouldn't kill unimportant random people.
Wealthy, important people often have enemies, but those enemies would definitely not be random strangers, poor people on the street or something.
The same counts for the other victim, the woman who's been observed. She lives in a massive, beautiful house all by herself and wears smart clothes and glamorous makeup, which definitely suggests that she is wealthy and an important person. Maybe a businesswoman herself.
Also, the hitman is smart dressed even when he observes the woman and is hiding in the bushes. That suggests that he is quite wealthy himself and he definitely must be paid well.